At this point in the basketball season, only the best survive. To advance, the White Bear Lake Bears will need to be their best to send the future Badger and the program's all-time leading scorer into the state tournament for the first time. The SEC powerhouse East Ridge Raptors stand in their way and hope to fly high once again. It's the Bears and the Raptors coming up in the Section 4AA final on SCC Sports. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside a packed house here at Hastings High School as the White Bear Lake Bears set to take on the East Ridge Raptors in this Section 4 for a final. Alex Westo with you here. David Schuyler on camera and getting these starting lineups as they are introduced here tonight at Hastings High School. Tonight, a chance for a state tournament bid for White Bear Lake boys basketball, a team that historically has shown success significantly over the course of the last 40 years, but has struggled to find that success recently. However, this year, White Bear Lake, number 12 in the state 4A field, hopes to make some noise to upset an East Ridge Raptor team that they've struggled a little bit against in their last handful of meetings with them. In the last 10 matchups between East Ridge and White Bear Lake, the Bears victorious in just one of those 10 matchups, and a matchup that they have not won since 2020. The White Bear Lake Bears enter this one with a record of 20-7, 15-3 overall in the Suburban East Conference, one of the better conferences in boys high school basketball. Under head coach Greg Burke, his second season, 35-20 his record in his second year here in White Bear Lake. Players to watch for the White Bear Lake Bears: Wyatt Hawks, a senior, wearing number 34 for White Bear Lake. He had 21 points the last time that these two teams played back on the 10th of February, a 75-63 win for the East Ridge Raptors. Our other player to watch for White Bear Lake, Jack Janicki, a senior guard with 16 points the last time that these two teams played. A very fantastic performance the last time that these two teams played as well, but also against Stillwater, in which Janicki became the program's all-time leading scorer, eclipsing that mark set by a previous White Bear Lake Bear. And for now and for the foreseeable future, he will be the star of the show and the all-time record holder in White Bear Lake. The East Ridge Raptors enter this one as the record of 22-6. They're 17-1 in the Suburban East Conference. The lone loss in conference came to the Stillwater Ponies, a program which fell to White Bear Lake again just last week. Head coach of the Raptors is Josh Beltier, his fourth season, 80-25. East Ridge has been a formidable powerhouse, not just in the Suburban East Conference, but all across the state since he took over. There's 10 games tonight, 10 section finals to be concluded, another 19 tomorrow. We're grateful that you have chosen this one for your viewing pleasure here this evening. Raptors in the home team uniforms, the black with gold numbers, gold trim, and the White Bear Lake Bears in the visiting white jerseys with the orange number and the black trim. From Hastings High School, the Section 4-4A final is underway. Bears have possession as they'll start moving from right to left across your screen in the Section 4-4A final. All the way back out at center court, Jack Misgen, son of a Phi Ed teacher in the district, Mike Misgen. Goes back to the far side. Janicki looks to reset the drive. Kick out Janicki. Looking here, Wyatt Hawks on the screen. The move around, puts up a deep three and hits the first shot. Just inside the arc, Wyatt Hawks, the first 2 points of the game as the Bears lead 2-0. Raptors possession now in the front court. Charlie Theis goes here, Alex Mattis at the point. Looking for possession here, 17-17 left to go in the opening half. Whistle blows, a pushing foul is called as the Bears will pick up their first foul. Zach Nelson picks up the foul here, and the Bears with the first foul 44 seconds into the game. A sideline throw up coming for Alex Mattis, wearing number 4 for the East Ridge Raptors. Gets it right back from Parker Wellman. Mattis on the right side wing, drives to the high post, spinning move, puts up the shot, and the ball bounces around twice and into the arc. As the East Ridge Raptors have their first 2 points of the game, it's 2-2, 16:59 left to go in the opening half of play from Hastings High School. Misgen goes back to the far side, looks once again back to the point. Wyatt Hawks to the near side, Nelson. Janicki trying to drive here, kicked it back out. Look here for 3, yes! Jeremy Kolb hits a 3, 5-2 Bears. Wellman goes back out, 3 to respond. Boom! Charlie Theis picks up the 3. We're all tied at 5. Michigan possession for White Bear Lake as they cross the timeline. 5-5 our score, 16-16 left to go in the first half of play from Hastings High School. Michigan a 3. Missed it wide to the right. It goes off of a Raptor as it hits off of Parker Wellman. Possession will stay here for White Bear Lake. So good break there for White Bear Lake early as they'll have a possession on the baseline. 5-5 our score, 16:07 left to go here in the opening half of play. Wide Hawks spinning into the high post, tries to go for the spin move, puts up the shot, doesn't hit the rim, and the rebound taken away here by Charlie Byrne for Eastridge. Raptors to the front court as they trail and are tied now 5-5. The runner stolen away, but the whistle will not blow. I thought perhaps a foul on Zach Nelson, but he gets the benefit of it out there. Jack Janicki gets it right here. Wide Hawks try to go up and under, the block by Charlie Byrne. Great defense by both teams early. Now the runner, beautiful finish. No, Michigan the rebound for White Bear Lake as the Bears will slow things down with possession. And 15:26 left to go in a 5-5 contest. Cedric Tomes on the rebound. He'll carry possession for Eastridge back across the timeline. Tomes with space to the low post, kicked it back out. Great ball movement, deep 3 for Mattis. Off the near side, rebounded Janicki. White Bear Lake regains possession. 15:09 left to go here, opening half of play. 5-5 our score. Here's 5, Janicki there. Jeremy Kolb, the runner, off the glass, no. Rebound taken here, Wide Hawks. Hawks on the ball, wide back out, looking here. Nelson a 3, boom! Zach Nelson averages 5 a game. The runner back the other way to pull the Raptors within 1. Parker Wellman on the runner. Bears will have possession here, leading 8-7 with 14:36 left to go in half number 1. Janicki calls a play. Looking to go with space and said he'll cut back. Resets here, Zach Nelson. Jeremy Kolb. They'll go back to center court, looking once again for possession. Michigan now. Michigan trying to go back. Looking here to the near side, Janicki. Janicki pull-up jumper inside the arc. Can't get it to fall, but gets his own rebound. Janicki, the second shot, bouncing high in the air. No, second chance on the rebound, taken away here by Zach Nelson. Kick back out. Great possession by the Bears. Janicki at the top of the key. Tries the right side. Dribbling, created some space, put it down low. Looking for Michigan. It's taken away by Cedric Thomas. Whistle blows. Possession for the Raptors. Substitutions for White Bear Lake. Jack Setterlin enters the contest as Jeremy Kolb will take a seat. 13:56 left to go in the opening half. Parker Wellman for Eastridge to inbound. Cedric Tomes. Wellman, 25 games played this season, 5.6 points per game. Thomas into the front court, across the timeline. Alex Mattis on the give and go. Try to go in the high post, back underneath. Looking for it, knocked away this time. Michigan near the east side line. And the baseline possession given to White Bear Lake. 8-7 Bears, 13:36 left to go in the opening half of play from Hastings High School on the 16th of March, 2023. Bears advance to this one by virtue of a win over Stillwater. Eastridge advanced to this one with a win over Cretin-Durham Hall. Janicki on the baseline, trying to spin. Nice move, puts it in. Jack Janicki with a great spin move. He puts it in. The Bears lead is now 3 at 10-7. Alex Mattis, defended by Michigan there. Rolling does Mattis. Goes back under the basket, looking for it here. Well timed. The first shot blocked, tipped out and away, but on the baseline, the whistle will blow. Possession for the Raptors. Sawyer Collins into the game for White Bear Lake. Peter Colin into the game for Eastridge, as well as Dejon Thomas, who averages 5.7 points per game for the Eastridge Raptors. One more sub into the game as Josh Doghor will enter. Recently made a commitment to a Division II university to play football, so certainly excited about that opportunity for Josh. Baseline possession for Eastridge, 12:58 left to go, 10-7 Bears in front. Mattis, a deep 3 to tie. Off the near side, Doghor slaps it away. He picks up the rebound for White Bear Lake. Bears possession, looking to slow things down here. Greg Burke calling a play from the bench. Head coach of White Bear Lake in his second season. The runner by Janicki, trying to get the contact to go, and the rebound taken again in possession by Charlie Byrne for Eastridge. Thomas rolling to the left, just inside the baseline. Doghor slapped the ball away, able to save it. No, before it's taken away again here by Thomas. Doghor wrestles it away, and the foul is called. So the foul picked up by Eastridge and hit the weight room, the chant from the White Bear Lake student section on the far side here of this field house in Hastings. Bears with possession, leading 10-7, 12-14 left to go in the opening half. Miskin for Doghor at the point. Comes to the near side, looking for possession here again, Setterlin. Setterlin in battle with Peter Cullen there for Eastridge. Doghor goes back, Zach Nelson. To the left side, Miskin. Janicki. Zach Nelson with a three already in this half. Down low for Doghor. He's defended. Dejan Thomas on it for Eastridge. Goes back out. Spinning once again is Sawyer Collins looking for possession. Janicki from Nelson. Great ball movement here by the Bears as they have possession here in the front court with 11:41 left to go. Jack Janicki fakes the move and said we'll go to the right side again for Doghor. Doghor in the interior for Janicki, just inside the arc as that one bounces in and out. Cedric Tomes the rebound for the Eastridge Raptors as Eastridge carries possession, trailing by 3, 11:22 left to go as a foul's called on the drive to the basket by Cedric Tomes. Substitutes for Eastridge, Parker Wellman into the contest, Grant Miley into the contest for the Raptors. Tomes and Byrne to depart for the time being for Eastridge. Eastridge, a school founded about 13 years ago due to the expansions in Woodbury. One of 3 schools as part of South Washington County Schools, Park of Cottage Grove, Woodbury the others, Eastridge the newest, and some great facilities there in Woodbury. Peter Cullen goes to the left side, gives it here Parker Wellman. Wellman the runner, beautiful finish as Wellman on the runner for the Raptors pulls Eastridge to within 1. 10-9 Bears in front, 11:01 left to go in the opening half. Jeremy Cobb for Jack Setterlin back at center court. Josh Doghor now looking for it, starting the move into the low post, high off the glass. Rebound taken by Grant Miley as the Raptors look to take the lead for the first time. Onto the basket for Thompson, who lost the handle on it, and possession stays with the Eastridge Raptors. Kind of an odd play there. As Thomas went up with the ball, lost a handle on it, but possession stays for Eastridge, so no harm, no foul. Charlie Theis back into the game for the Raptors. Dejan Thomas will take a seat. 10-9 Bears in front, 10:42 left to go in the opening half of play from Hastings High School, a Section 4-4A final matchup. To the corner, Theis can't get it to fall. Miskin the rebound for White Bear Lake. Janicki across the timeline to the corner for Cobb. Tries to drive. Will go back out once again. There as Wyatt Hawks finds Janicki again. Charlie Theis on the fence for Eastridge. Spun to the corner. Saved there by Jack Setterlin. Underneath, Wyatt Hawks. Hawks trying to find the pass. He's able to do so back again. Setterlin, 3 now for Cobb. As this time the ball high to the air. Rebounded by Parker Wellman. Eastridge possession trailing 10-9 with 10:08 left to go in the half. On the baseline. Tries to drive with the right hand, Charlie Theis. No, and the rebound taken back the other way by Janicki. As both teams starting to be in a little bit of a scoring drought here. We've hit almost 3 minutes since our last basket was made. Miskin goes back for space, looking for Janicki, who plays it off of his face. All the way back out to the point, Cobb. Now Miskin to the corner, Setterlin a 3. Can't get that one to fall as the rebound gotten there by Wellman. A foul is called there. As this time the foul will go against Cobb as he was working his way to the basket. And it'll be the second, now third team foul against White Bear Lake here in this first half of play. Parker Wellman to inbound from the baseline for Eastridge. Raptors possession, trailing by 1 at 10-9. 9:36 and counting left to go in the opening half of play. Wellman Across the timeline, he's defended by Janicki. To the right side goes Grant Miley. All the way back out, Charlie Byrne. Wellman. Looking back again for Cedric Tomes. He'll dribble it back to center court, looking for space. Tomes going to the right side. Charlie Byrne. Charlie Theis. Tomes. Defended here all the way out, back by Hawks. Noise being made, certainly as a deep shot here to take the lead. No, the rebound under the basket. As Grant Miley had it, lost it, didn't get the foul call as the Raptors struggling to get the fouls, but Wyatt Hawks picks up the 2. First basket in quite some time. Bears take the lead again by 3 at 12-9. 8:41 left to go here in the opening half of play. Parker Wellman gets the ball back from Charlie Byrne. Byrne to the right side. We'll go for Theis. Dribbles back to center court. Parker Wellman back to the left side. Tries to go around Mizgin. Looking for space. The runner off the glass and in. Parker Wellman with a beautiful layup on the way into the low post. As it's a 1-point game once again. 12-11 Bears in front. 18-13 left to go. Jack Sutherland goes back again for space, and all the way back out to center court for Wyatt Hawks. The runner, Cobb, no. Rebounded there. Battled for Hawks, has it for White Bear Lake. Has space on the far side with Sutherland, resets once again for Mizgin. Janicki in space, puts up a contested 3 off the near side of the iron, and the rebound taken by Tomes for the Eastridge Raptors. Eastridge again with a chance to take the lead here. Tomes to the right side. He'll give it for Jackson Simmons, and Grant Miley. Whistle will blow, and we have a travel violation that's called. Possession results for White Bear Lake. Sawyer Collins back into the game for the Bears as Mizgin will take a seat on the bench. We're entering the contest for White Bear Lake as well as Zach Nelson, as Jack Sutherland will head to the bench. Bears by 1, 12-11. With 7:35 left to go here in the opening half of play. With David Schuyler on camera, Alex Wester with you here from Hastings High School in the Section 4-4A final. Janicki from Nelson. Goes to the left side, Jeremy Cobb. Underneath for Wyatt Hawks in the post. Back out look for Cobb for 3. No. And the rebound taken here back by Grant Miley as once again Eastridge into the front court. Underneath the basket looking for the slam as the Raptors take the lead. Charlie Byrne on the runner. Eastridge leads by 1 at 13-12. Janicki for Wyatt Hawks. Janicki spinning, defended by his opposite number, Wellman. Janicki to the right side, looks again, another three-pointer. Off to the near side, no, rebound taken away here by Byrne. Wellman on the runner, off the side of the net, and the rebound taken away here by Zach Nelson for White Bear Lake. Janicki across the timeline, possession for the Bears with 6:28 left to go, 13-12. White Bear Lake trailing Eastridge. 3 this time. Boom! Sawyer Collins drains the three-pointer. Bears retake the lead at 2, 15-13. Alex Mattis, runner under the basket. Beautiful layup is in. Mattis this season for the Raptors, 17.3 points per game. A beautiful runner that time. All tied at 15. Janicki looking for a way to start his move. Comes back here to the near side looking for it. Nelson. Nelson back out. Janicki at the point. Cobb drive into the paint. Slapped away. Whistle blows. A push is called. And heading to the line for 2 shots will be Jeremy Cobb. So Cobb gets the foul there. Foul will go against Charlie Byrne, his first, team second for the Raptors. Jeremy Cobb to the line. First of 2 shots. Does not hit the first. There'll be substitutions here. Colin Piper into the game for White Bear Lake. As Wyatt Hawks will take a seat to the bench. Into the game for Eastridge and the Raptors. Charlie Theis will enter. And taking a seat for now, Grant Miley. One more shot at the line here for Jeremy Cobb in a 15-15 game. Shot is up, and that time it's good. White Bear Lake retakes the lead at 1. It's 16-15 with 5:47 left to go in the opening half of play. Charlie Theis Tomes goes back for the right side. He'll dribble it back, trying to drive around Collins here. Parker Wellman. Wellman, the drive, goes back once to the corner here. Tomes a three, and too far off to the far side. The ball battled for possession for White Bear Lake. .5:25 left to go in the opening half of play here from Hastings High School. White Bear Lake leading with possession 16-15. So far here in a defensive showdown in the opening half of play. Janicki has it back all the way outside the arc. Goes back for Calm. Tries the runner inside the paint. Goes back out once again. Janicki will have to try to drive around Theis. Instead defers. He'll go back out to center court once again. Zach Nelson resets here once again. Janicki. Janicki trying the drive. Kick back out once more. Jeremy Calm. Janicki. Contested three. In and out on the rim. And the battle for the ball comes to the possession of Alex Mattis for Eastridge. Raptors possession. They trail by 1, 16-15. 4:40 left to go. Parker Wellman. Tomes. Goes to space in the corner that time for Wellman. Charlie Byrne tries to drive to the right. Contested shot off the glass and in as the Raptors retake the lead at 1. Bears possession. 17-16 Eastridge in front. Janicki to the near side. Here's Zach Nelson a three. Off the back part of the backboard, including the clock above it, as the shot will be blown dead. Wyatt Hawks back into the game for White Bear Lake. Colin Piper is out. Parker Wellman to inbound from the baseline for the Eastridge Raptors. They lead by 1, 17-16. 4:10 left to go here in this one. Tomes out of the backcourt, full court press on for White Bear Lake as Sawyer Collins plays defense. Parker Wellman, Charlie Byrne. Byrne drives, high post, trying to work around. Whistle blows, travel violation called. Good first step by Charlie Byrne. As there'll be substitutions here. Grant Miley back into the game. And I will leave Misgan back into the game for White Bear Lake. Setting the court for the Bears, Setterlin, Misgan, and then all the way in the front court now, Nelson, Janicki, and Jeremy Calm. I don't believe we'll see Janicki take a seat again after this point in time where he's not on the court right now. Setterlin goes back, tipped away, stolen by Tomes to extend the lead. The runner and in. Cedric Tomes with the runner. The Raptors lead, their largest of the night at 3. Misgan tries to kick it back out. Too far for Setterlin, and a turnover here as Janicki will return to the court immediately. Janicki back in, Misgan to the bench. .323 left to go in the opening half of play. Possession for the Raptors as Wellman to inbound from the sideline. Alex Mattis will dribble across the timeline. Goes for the right side, Grant Miley. Wellman, Mattis underneath, looking here once more, spinning Byrne. Byrne blocked that time as the ball stolen away by Zach Nelson. Possession for White Bear Lake. Janicki over center court, one of the great basketball families in White Bear Lake history, the Janicki family. Both parents having played Division I time in college basketball, and of course Jack headed to the University of Wisconsin-Madison to play in the Big Ten for the Badgers next year. Saved by Wyatt Hawks. He'll reset out once again. Calm. Near side Nelson. Setterlin. Janicki. Double teamed here by Eastridge. They'll go to the corner once more and then get it right back. Janicki, the runner, the whistle, the and one. Jack Janicki headed to the line. He'll look to complete the three-point play. So great move there by Janicki. Certainly showing where he can take over the course of a game with a great runner there on that chance. Misgan set to return for White Bear Lake. Charlie Byrne set to enter again for the Eastridge Raptors. Eastridge, their 2 playoff games this year. 82-39 over North St. Paul, and then 66-54 over Cretin-Durham Hall. Bears, their 2 wins to get here, 50-31 over Woodbury, as it's stolen by Janicki up and in. How about that? And then, of course, the winner over Stillwater by 2, 52-50 in the section semifinal. Here's Burton to respond for Eastridge. We're all tied, 21-all. Time out, Eastridge, as the Raptors take the timeout with 2:17 left to go here in the opening half of play. Taking a look at the Class 4A Top 20 poll, the final one that got put out this year by MN Basketball News. Take a look at the quality of play in the state of Minnesota. Basketball for the state of Minnesota holistically has never been better, but it's dominated as it stands right now by the Lake Conference. Park Center, the number 1, Lakeville North, Wayzata, Minnetonka, all 3 of those schools, Lake Conference, all 3 already experienced with the shot clock this season. Eastview, then Eastridge, Andover, Hopkins, Edina, Brainerd, out of way up north. Then Maple Grove, White Bear Lake, Buffalo, Shakopee, Stillwater, Duluth East, Farmington, Lakeville South, Blaine, and Osseo, the teams in the latest top 20 poll and the final poll this season. Alex Mattis this season for the Eastridge Raptors, 28 games played, 17.3 points per game, a game high of 30. In a 66-43 win at Irondale on the 2nd of February 2023. And, of course, we mentioned Janicki, all-time leader scorer at White Bear Lake with 1,919 points, which he earned just last week. We mentioned again, head-to-head, Eastridge and White Bear Lake. This matchup dominated by Eastridge. Last time Bears were able to defeat the Eastridge Raptors, a 62-53 win back on the 10th of February 2022. Otherwise, each of the other 9 matchups in the last 10, all East Ridge Raptors, including 2 playoff victories in the Section 4 4A quarterfinals in 2021, the Section 4 4A semifinals in 2022, and now another matchup between the Raptors and the Bears here in the Section 4 4A final in 2023. 21-all, 2:06 left to go here in the opening half of play from Hastings High School. Zach Nelson looking to spin Jack Misgan. Misgan tries the right side corner, defers here once more for Janicki. Janicki with a nice Euro step there. Wellman to the corner. Cobb tries a baseline drive, looking to kick it back out. Goes for Nelson, right back. Cobb in the corner, 3-pointer. As that one again can't go. Possession will go to Eastridge as the ball missed and possession for the Raptors. Wyatt Hawks back into the game as he will sub in here for Jeremy Cobb with 1:40 left to go in a 21-all opening half of play here from Hastings High School. Wellman inbound. Goes for Mattis, gets it right back to Wellman, who gives it right back to Mattis in the response. Mattis across the timeline for Grant Miley. All the way back out, Parker Wellman. Mattis has a screen set for him by Charlie Byrne. Instead doesn't take it. He'll drive it himself, the runner. The beautiful finish as Alex Mattis on the drive to the basket. The right-handed runner gives the Eastridge Raptors a 2-point lead at 23-21. Bears possession, 1:08 left to go here in the opening half, trailing by 2, 23-21. Hawks goes for Janicki, whistle blows, the foul's called as the Raptors pick up their 4th team foul. Relatively clean first half of play here from Hastings High School. You certainly could have argued fouls could have been called, but so far just 7 fouls combined. Wellman picks up his first, and 2 shots at the line now upcoming for Jack Janicki. First shot no good. He'll have one more chance at it here. It's quite the dichotomy in these section finals, these section playoff games, where you talk about 2 teams. You have one fan base on one side looking for quiet, the other looking for noise. This time they split the difference there as Janicki 1 for 2 from the line. Raptors possession, they lead by 1, 23-22. Mattis goes across the timeline for Grant Miley to the right side. Looking for it on the drive. Parker Wellman kicks it back across with a strong arm throw here for Miley. Tries to drive in the low post, stolen away by Janicki on the fast break for White Bear Lake. Janicki slows up for Misgan. Misgan, the move. Beautiful finish by Misgan. Bears retake the lead, 24-23. 30 seconds left to go in the opening half. Parker Wellman Baseline drive into the high post. The runner around the contact of Zach Nelson. And the Raptors take the lead right back at 25-24. Bears can take the last shot if they like. Eastridge 25, White Bear Lake 24, 8 seconds left to go. Janicki looking to start his move. Janicki, nice contested three-pointer. Too far, the second chance effort on the second bid that time by Zach Nelson is no good. And in a back and forth opening half here at Hastings High School, the Raptors lead White Bear Lake by a score, not a final score yet, but a final half score of 25-24. Great back and forth action between both teams here through the first half of play. We have the chant right now from the Eastridge supporters, overrated, but yet there's still another 18 minutes of basketball to play. Raptors by one, 25-24. We'll be back for the start of the second half in just a few moments. You're on your home for the White Bear Lake Bears.
In life, there are things that suck, but we do them anyway. Family meals with your wife's crazy Uncle Eddie suck, but we do it anyway. Because the memories that we make with family are everything. Family photo sessions with matching outfits suck, but we do it anyway. Because finding those photos years from now will make you laugh and cry. And you know what else really sucks? Getting screened for cancer, but not as much as letting things go undetected or untreated. So do it anyway. Screening can save your life from cancer, or even help prevent certain types of cancer, which will give you even more years of doing things that don't suck. For more information, visit getscreenedforcancer.org today.
Mammogram, colonoscopy, pap test. You need to go screen for cancer.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Today, 1 in 5 working-age Americans has a mental health condition.
People in all types of jobs and at all levels.
And the key to helping us succeed is a supportive and inclusive workplace.
All of us have a role to play in making that happen.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can listen and be a source of support to my colleagues.
As someone with a mental health condition, I can ask for what I need to perform my best.
I can offer all employees the supports they need to deliver on the job. For the team
and for the business.
What can I do?
What can I do?
What can I do?
I can remind others
that we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
mental health-friendly workplaces are more important than ever.
And all of us have a role to play in promoting them.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
One of the great scenes in high school basketball, the section final, as here at Hastings High School in the 4-4A final, Eastridge leads White Bear Lake at the half by a score of 25-24. Alex Wester with you here from Hastings High School. David Schuyler here as well on camera, and of course putting this broadcast together, as you'll see it on the airwaves and of course on all of the wonderful social media channels. This is one of 3 section championship games tonight in Class 4A. The other games that are scheduled tonight at Eastview High School, a South Suburban Conference matchup as the Egan Wildcats take on the Eastview Lightning with a trip to go to state on the line. And in the northern schools at Chisago Lakes, Andover will play Cambridge Isanti. No scores yet reported of that one, but those are 2 championship games to be scheduled. and to be played later this evening. In games tomorrow, as we take a look at Class 4A, games that will be taking on elsewhere. Chanhassen and Minnetonka in Section 2, Osseo Park Center in Section 5, Moorhead and Buffalo in Section 8, and Lakeville North and South in Section 1 down in Rochester, Minnesota. The lone team that to this point has wrapped up a trip to the state tournament, the lone team that did so is yet to be determined, as we are still waiting to see. There are 3 games in Class 4A today. There are 4 games tomorrow, so the question becomes, what happens with that other game? Must have missed a section in there somewhere. Anywho. Possession for the Raptors to start. Both of these teams have not lost since the middle of February. But one team's streak has to come to an end tonight. We're 18 minutes away from finding out which team will be heading to the state tournament at Target Center and the great college campuses across these Twin Cities, and which team's season will end here tonight. On the block there, second chance effort put up by Charlie Byrne, and the Raptors up and running here in the second half of play. Their lead is now 3 at 27-24. Janicki for the Bears gives to Miskin. Taken back now wide, Hawks. Miskin limited, as well as Janicki in that first half of play for White Bear Lake. The 2 stars for the Bears limited in their shooting opportunities. As Janicki puts a shot there, as it hit the banner and the thing which pulls the basketball hoop up into the rafters here at Hastings High School. So possession for the Eastridge Raptors as a result. Eastridge by 3 at 27-24 with 17:20 left to go in half number 2, regulation time. Tomes will defer for Alex Mattis across the timeline. Gives it right back again for Cedric Tomes. Looking for possession again, Mattis. Mattis on the give and go for Charlie Byrne. Under the basket, off the glass, no! And the rebound taken by Wyatt Hawks for White Bear Lake. Charlie Theis for sure looked as though he had that chance finished off, but couldn't quite do so. Bears possession, they trail by 3, 27-24. Under the basket, the runner, the finish there, that time by Jeremy Cobb. So the Raptors lead back to 1 at 27-26, 16:41 and counting left to go here in regulation time from Hastings High School. Eastridge possession. Alex Mattis looking to go with space. He'll go back to the far side again for Tomes. Tomes, the runner, beautiful flush with the right hand. No, under the basket, and no whistle blows there. Possession will be staying in White Bear Lake's hand as it hit off that time of Charlie Byrne. 16:21 left to go. Raptors by 1 at 27-26. Jack Janicki into the front court. White Bear Lake's all-time scoring leader. Zach Nelson back once more, calm. Wyatt Hawks for Janicki in the low post. Goes cross court for Calm. Great ball movement here. Zach Nelson, a deep 3. Can't get that one to go. It goes over the top of the rim, and possession for the Raptors as a result. So a defensive struggle between Eastridge and White Bear Lake. As it stands right now, 15:50 left to go, 27-26, the Raptors in front. Parker Wellman goes back here with space. Nice move. Mattis, a 3. Comes back here to the near side as it goes to possession to Cobb, who gives it back to Janicki. It's not necessarily that the defenses have been strong. It's that both teams have been missing the shots that normally they'd be getting. That's what happens when you have a number 6 versus a number 12. Hits off of Hawks, and an unforced error there by White Bear Lake gives the possession back to the Raptors. Mattis across the timeline. Gives it here Charlie Byrne. Tries to drive into the post, reset Cedric Tomes. Tomes back to center court. He's defended here by Calm. To the near side, Tomes looking for possession. The drive. Tomes kick back out. Great ball movement here. Wellman tries the runner with the right hand and the finish. Parker Wellman, a beautiful runner into the paint. And the Raptor lead back to 3 at 29-26 with 14:51 left to go. Cobb will have possession to the right side wing. Goes down low for Hawks. Hawks with his back to the basket. Kicked it back out. Nelson, corner. Mizgin, a three. Yes! All tied, 29 all, 14:32 left to go in regulation. Tomes cuts into the paint, tries to spin around Nelson, goes back for Wellerman. All the way back out at center court. Wellman underneath, finds Charlie Byrne. Byrne resets Wellman, saves it. Nice little runner into the paint. No, rebound kicked out, taken here by Mizgin for the Bears, as White Bear Lake with a chance to take the lead. Janicki for Nelson. Back to Janicki. Nice little poke there, trying to move around Wellman. The spin by Janicki and the finish. Bears take the lead for the first time in the half. It's 31-29. Mattis tries to drive. The runner back to the far side, Tomes. Tomes was able to get him to buy it, but the three-pointer now. Near bound, rebound. Whistle blows, fouls called. Mizgin going for the rebound. Tomes will pick up the foul. It'll be the first of either team here in half number 2. And possession given to White Bear Lake. There'll be a substitution. Grant Miley back into the game for Eastridge. Charlie Theis to the bench. Jack Mizgin set to inbound here for White Bear Lake from their defensive side baseline. Mizgin on the year, 10.7 points per game. Janicki goes back to the far side. Screen set here, Zach Nelson. Reset, Mizgin. Gets it back once more. Janicki tries a drive. Looking to spin this time, getting around Grant Miley. A three-pointer here for Hawks off the near side of the iron. And the rebound right to Wellman. Eastridge possession, trailing by 2 at 31-29 with 13:07 left to go. Underneath the basket, Hawks steals it away. A great move by Charlie Byrne, but Hawks right there for the Bears to take possession back for White Bear Lake. Mizgin. Hawks. Janicki tries to go back once more there, finds Nelson. Setterland into the game for White Bear Lake. Hawks, Setterland with space, thought about the three, instead will dribble back to center court and the Hastings Raider logo. Janicki is defended here by Wellman. On the double team, back to the corner once again. Setterland tries to drive, goes for Hawks underneath, tipped in the air, stolen away by the Raptors. First tip by Grant Miley. Alex Mattis takes it away further. Chance here for Wellman, who had space with the three. Goes under the basket, looking here for Byrne. Byrne, the over and under, and the rebound taken back by Mizgin. Almost 6 minutes elapsed here in the second half. And both teams struggling to find success at the basket. Here's Janicki for three. Yes! 5-point lead for the Bears, the largest of the night for either team. Tomes goes back here, Wellman. All the way back at the top of the key, Grant Miley. Near side, Tomes a three to respond. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound, Charlie Byrne. Back to the corner. Alex Mattis will try to drive in the paint. The runner with the right hand off the glass and in. Nice runner that time by Alex Mattis. Whistle will blow. Timeout, Raptors. It'll be a full timeout here as Eastridge trailing White Bear Lake 34-31 with 11:34 left to go in regulation time. Folks, we want to remind you to check out other SCC shows, including Inside Healthcare. Your host, Jody Ritaka, brings you this monthly show providing tips and up-to-date information on a variety of healthcare issues. Many of the show's topics often relate to women's health. The show airs every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. on SCC Community, Comcast Channel 19, or Channel 801 in high definition. That's Inside Healthcare right here on SCC TV. We love Mattis. The chant from the Eastridge Raptors student section to our left here at Hastings High School, the 4-4A final, with a chance and a date at the state tournament on the line. I have no idea what was said there off to the far side. Bears by 3 at 34-31. They trailed at the half by 1 point. Janicki, limited to single figures in that opening half of play, has done a great job to get back involved in the game for White Bear Lake here in half number 2. As a score 11 points so far here in this one. He'll have to continue to do so moving on. Possession for White Bear Lake. Jack Setterlund will take it. We talked about the Section 4A games that are ongoing tonight. We go one tier lower in Class 3A. Other finals coming up tonight. There's 5 finals in Class 3A. As tomorrow, Stewartville and Winona will play in the 1 final. Tonight here in 3A on this Thursday. Again, there's 10 games going on tonight. In Class 3A, Monticello is the host to Princeton and St. Francis. Hermantown, Duluth, Denfield in Section 7. 3A as Setterlund, offensive foul. Jack Setterlund, the offensive foul. And the Raptors will take possession as Setterlund picks up the first team foul of his night and the first for White Bear Lake here in half number 2. Section 3, De La Salle, St. Thomas Academy on the island. And the only score we have right now, Totino Grace all over Matamidi, 39-14 in the Section 4 3A championship over at Stillwater. Mattis goes back here, Charlie Byrne. On the drive to the basket, Peter Colin with the runner. Raptors within 1 on Peter Colin's first bucket of the night. Bears possession in the front court, 34-33, they lead. Nelson looking for Janicki on the interior. He'll have to go back out Hawks to the far side. Cobb tries to drive around Grant Miley for the Raptors. Once more here, Sawyer Collins. Collins defended very tightly here by Peter Colin. Janicki puts it underneath here for Hawks. Hawks trying to back his way into the post. He's double teamed. Goes to the far side, Collins. Nelson, great ball moving here. Cobb on the drive, into the paint. The runner off the glass, no. Blocked. Hawks picks up the rebound, puts up the shot and in. Bears lead is back to 3 at 36-33. Parker Wellman. Alex Mattis. Back to center court here for the Eastridge Raptors. He's defended by Janicki. Goes back far side, finds Grant Miley. Charlie Byrne to the near side with space. Mattis lost the handle on it. Everybody's down on the deck, and a jump ball is called with the possession arrow pointing to White Bear Lake. It's the first jump ball of the night. First time the possession arrow has had to have been used. Sawyer Collins to inbound for White Bear Lake. Tipped away this time by Grant Miley. Great full court press on here by Eastridge. As there'll be substitutions, Miskin back into the game for White Bear Lake, as Sawyer Collins will head to the bench for the Bears. 9:47 left to go, regulation time. Bears by 3 at 36-33. Bears looking to inbound. Looking there for Miskin. It goes off of the hand of Grant Miley, who turns to the official, looking for the call to go his way, and the Raptors students respond. As this time, rather than going to the baseline, it'll be a sideline throw. Janicki. Full court press on here for the Raptors. Looks here for Miskin. As the Bears trying to get across that timeline in time, they're able to do so. To the right side, Janicki. Spinning back to the point. Looking for the outlet. Spinning whistle blows. Foul's called, a push on Mattis. As a second team foul now against Eastridge. Neither team, again, we mentioned in the first half, neither team was in foul trouble in half number 1. Neither team, and no player by any means, remotely close to foul trouble here in half number 2. It'll be a timeout taken by White Bear Lake. They'll take it here with 9:28 left to go. Regulation time leading by 3 at 36-33. For those of you SCC sports viewers who are approaching retirement age and might have a question or two about what comes next, we've got the show for you. Hosted by Jason Kolar, Knowledgeable Ages, and touches upon a variety of retirement topics. Jason will bring in industry professionals, authors, and speakers who will focus on subjects associated with the aging process. Knowledgeable Aging airs on SCC Community on Mondays at 5 p.m. or Thursdays at 6 p.m. That's Knowledgeable Aging right here on SCC TV. Once again, Alex Wester with you here at Hastings High School. David Schuyler on camera. A two-man operation here tonight at this Section 4 4A final. Again, we take a look at other games going on tonight. We talked about Class 4A. We talked about Class 3A. Well, why don't we go one tier lower, go to Class 2A. As we take a look tonight, just one game happening tonight in Class 2A. It's a Section 1 AA championship. Plainview, Elgin, Millville. They take on Lake City at 8 p.m. in the Section 1 2A championship contest. And you know what? We've got the time. You're here with us. Why don't we go one tier lower and just see what's going on in the small schools here in Class 1A. As tonight in Class 1A, again, just one contest and a state championship opportunity for Spring Grove as they defeat Goodhue 57-48 in the Section 1A championship on the small school side. Bears with possession out of the timeout. Janicki tries to gain the timeline. He'll have to get around Mattis here to the near side, forcing him to the near side of the bench. Cross-court pass for Cobb. It's defended here, resets for Miskin at the point. Nelson resets once again, looking for Janicki. Stolen away that time as the pass was looking for Hawks. It's taken away by Charlie Theis. On the runner, Parker Wellman slows it back up for Eastridge as he'll reset for Mattis. Mattis, the baseline drive, goes underneath, looking for that time Charlie Byrne. Wellman, defended by Miskin for the Bears. Raptors possession. He'll go back to the far side. A little bit of a miscue as it's blocked by Janicki, taken by Miskin. Bears into the front court, 8:43 left to go. Janicki, beautiful teardrop shot. Lead for the Bears is 5 at 38-33. Janicki starting to steal the show for White Bear Lake. Miley, the runner, the block by Hawks. Wyatt Hawks, a great block for White Bear Lake. Possession stays for Eastridge. Charlie Byrne goes here, Alex Mattis. Mattis around Miskin to the right side. Spinning, Mattis puts up the shot and one! Great move by Mattis to the basket. The spin move to draw the contact. He'll head to the line for the three-point play. One shot at the line. Alex Mattis, a player to watch, 17.3 points per game. He hits one there as a lead for White Bear Lake back to 2 at 38-36 with 8:20 left to go. Pass further ahead for Miskin to the front court in the low post. Whistle will blow, and a foul will be called. It'll be a baseline throw awaiting White Bear Lake as Eastridge picks up the foul. It'll go against Mattis, as that'll be his second, team third. Janicki into the game. He'll replace Jeremy Cobb. 38-36, Bears in front and with possession. 8:18 left to go here in regulation time. Hawks goes back, Janicki. The corner, Nelson. Nelson tries a baseline drive. Goes back, Miskin. Hawks outside the high post at the elbow. Looking for it there. Offensive foul is called. Jack Setterlin picks up the offensive foul well away from the ball. And an unforced error as White Bear Lake picks up their third foul of the second half. Alex Mattis looking for it here. Deep three-pointer to take the lead. No, high into the air. Rebound taken back by Charlie Byrne. Parker Wellman goes back once more. Mattis. Mattis trying the left side. On his way to the basket. Puts up the shot. Picks up his own rebound. Can't get the second chance to foul, but wasn't getting the foul call either. Janicki a deep three. No good on that time. A rebound taken there once more by Byrne. 7:30 left to go. Bears by 2 at 38-36. Cedric Tomes all the way back out at center court. Hawks on defense for the Bears. Grant Miley. Miley tries the drive. The runner. The finish. We're tied. 38-38. 7:08 left to go. Bears possession. Setterlin goes for Nelson. All the way back out, Mizgin. Janicki try to go around Wellman here. Nelson on the give and go for Hawks. Hawks off the glass, and the Bears retake the lead as Hawks goes around Grant Miley to get the deuce. Raptors possession. They trail by 2, 40-38. Wellman. Miley on the near side. Lots of space in the middle for the Raptors. Parker Wellman looking for space. He'll start his move to the right side. He'll draw the foul, and he'll be shooting 2 shots here. Zach Nelson picks up the foul for White Bear Lake, the team's 4th here of the half. And it will be for Nelson just his first. So 2 chances here at the free throw line for Parker Wellman. Raptors are within 1. Wellman again on the season, 5.6 points per game. He's got at least 9 here tonight, so exceeding that season average for a player who's played in 25 contests coming into this one this year. Peter Cullen back into the game for Eastridge. One more shot at the free throw line. Awaiting here, Parker Wellman. Now Setterlin has to come out as the conversation will continue between the official, indicating something on the arm. Angie Koich, the trainer for White Bear Lake, taking a look at Setterlin now. And as a result, coaching staffs as well will go over to take a look. Head coach of Eastridge, Josh Peltier, looking for an explanation as to will there be a substitution to respond should White Bear Lake need to take one. It's not, once again, that continues. An announcement here at Hastings High School as raining and freezing, so some people may have a hard time getting home tonight. Either way, one more shot at the free throw line and a chance to tie. Wellman no good. Mizgin the rebound. Bears still by 1 at 40-39. 6:21 left to go. Cobb looking for space. Setterlin spins for Nelson in the corner. Back to the left side wing. Nelson dribbles. Back to the point. Defended tightly that time there by Charlie Byrne. Looking for it. Finds Mizgin. Mizgin top of the key. He'll dribble back once again to center court. Cobb on the left side wing. Cobb tries to drive, penetrating around Miley. Spin move that time by Cobb. He gets it to go. Cobb against Miley, won by Cobb as the Bears lead back to 3 at 42-39. Wellman, possession for the Raptors. Charlie Byrne whistle blows. Double dribble is called, and possession for White Bear Lake. It's not a call you see often at the high school level, but the double dribble called. And White Bear Lake takes possession. 5:41 left to go here. Regulation time. Bears lead by 3 at 42-39. Wyatt Hawks back into the game. Zach Nelson will take a seat on the bench for White Bear Lake. Jack Mizgin from the sideline to inbound. Goes for Hawks near the timeline. Hawks defended by Charlie Byrne for the Raptors as the Bears possess in the front court. Mizgin in space, tries a low post, dribbling on the baseline, try to get it to go, and no, and the rebound taken away here by Peter Cullen for the Raptors. Mattis in the front court. Mattis tries to drive, whipped away, stolen away, whistle blows, fouls called. Mattis picks up the foul. It'll be the team's 5th for the Raptors as Mattis picks up his 3rd. We mentioned early on, no player really in foul trouble, but Mattis over the last 3 minutes has become there as he's got 3 fouls. He'll have to be careful the rest of the way. There's 5:20 left to go. Bears by 3 with possession as they lead 42-39. Mizgin into the front court. Jeremy Cobb here to the near side. Janicki. It's defended tightly here by Alex Mattis. Underneath for Mizgin. Gets the finish to go. Bears by 5, 44-39, 4:58 left to go. Wellman, defended by Janicki. Charlie Byrne to the near side, Mattis. Mattis tried the baseline drive. He'll reset once more for Wellman. Wellman drives into the low post, puts up the shot, bounces high into the air. As a rebound back to the far side, Centerland tried to save it. He didn't have to. It's taken away by Tomes. Tomes goes back here to the near side. Wellman to tie. As that one's a little bit too far, but it goes in anyway. Parker Wellman didn't tie it, but he pulled the Raptors within 2. It's 44-42. Bears with possession. The runner. And the foul is called as Janicki will head to the line for 2 shots. Wide open three-point look for Parker Wellman. Absolutely drilling that beautiful shot to pull the Raptors within 2, but now 2 for the free throw opportunity here to Jack Janicki. First shot no good. Mattis picked up the foul. It's his 4th. Team 5th now for Eastridge. Peter Coland will head to the bench. He'll be replaced here by Charlie Theis. One more shot at the free throw line for Jack Janicki. The future University of Wisconsin Badger. From the line. It's that one, and the Bears retake the 3-point lead at 45-42 with 4:14 left to go. Parker Wellman trying to go across the timeline. Wellman goes here once more. Mattis. Mattis slowing things up. Again, 4 fouls on Mattis. One more and he's done for the day. Wellman goes back here for Byrne at the point. Mattis trying to drive around Cobb. The whistle blows to the basket. It is a not necessarily sure what the call is. The official meant the jump ball, and the clarification happens. The official put up 2 fingers for a 1-1, but of course the thumb is a sign for the jump ball there, and the possession arrow pointing to Eastridge, so they'll have possession under their basket with 3:52 left to go in regulation time. Bears by 3 at 45-42. Tomes all the way back to the point, trying to drive around Setterlund. Whistle blows. Foul's called as Setterlund will pick up the foul. It'll be the 5th now on White Bear Lake. Setterlund's 3rd. And both teams each with a foul to give yet before the other team will go to the line. 5 team fouls apiece. Mattis, the only Raptor in foul trouble. He's got 4. Wellman to the far side, defended by Cobb. Wellman in space, goes here once more, Charlie Theis. Tomes trying to drive. Will reset back to center court here, 3:27 left to go. Tomes around Setterlund, goes back for Wellman. Wellman at the point with space. They're giving it to him at the point. He goes to the corner once more there for Theis. Tomes dribbles it back to center, tries to drive. The whistle blows. No shot is called, as it will not be called a shooting foul. And the 6th team foul against White Bear Lake. And the Raptors will have possession under the baseline. So Tomes does not get the chance to tie on what could have been a shooting foul. Setterlund picks up his 4th. He'll head out. As Zach Nelson back into the game. It's the 6th team foul now against White Bear Lake. No more fouls again for the Bears. Timeout taken here with 3:12 left to go in regulation time. Bears clinging to a 3-point lead at 45-42. Again, taking a look at the Class 4A field and the schedule of games so far here tonight. Again, the other 2 section finals that we have as it stands right now, Eastview and Egan in Section 3 4A. No final score yet, no score reported yet at all at this point. And then in Section 7 4A, up at Chisago Lakes and over in Cambridge-Isanti, still scoreless in terms of that one of the 3 section games here tonight in Class 4A. Tomorrow, a series of very busy contests. 18 section finals tomorrow in Class 4A, South and North in Rochester at the Mayo Civic Center. Buffalo and Moorhead in Section 8. Rogers High School, the home of Park Center and Osseo. That should be a fantastic matchup tomorrow. And Minnetonka and Chanhassen in Section 2 4A tomorrow evening. Nelson the tip away on the fast break. Janicki, the runner, the Euro step, the finish. The Bears lead is back to 5 at 47-42. Mattis from Tomes. Clock winding, 2:55 left to go here in regulation. Wellman on the drive. Wellman with the right hand, but can't get it to fall. And the rebound taken here by Cobb. Miskin across the timeline, possession for White Bear Lake. Miskin spinning, working around Wellman here. Whistle blows, fouls called. That's the last foul that Eastridge had to give. Charlie Thies will pick it up. As now both teams with 6 team fouls as Thies picks up his first. And the Bears will have possession on their far sideline. Up by 5 at 47-42, 2:37 left to go. So we're at the point in the game where the foul game may start to play a factor. For Janicki, onto the basket, the shot and the finish. Largest lead of the night for either team. Bears by 7 at 49-42. Wellman goes back here for Thies. Look for Colin. Colin, the runner, in the lane. Beautiful finish by Peter Colin there. The whistle will blow. Timeout Raptors with 2:16 left to go and a 5-point lead for the Bears at 49-44. Raptors have won 9 of the last 10 meetings against White Bear Lake. The Raptors have ended the Bears season each of the last 2 years. Last year in the semifinal round, the year before in the quarterfinal round. Is it revenge night for White Bear Lake? Or do the Raptors still have one last golden egg in their pocket? Great game here tonight. Great crowd here at Hastings High School. One of these two fan bases, one of these two teams headed to the state tournament next week. Class 3A games tomorrow. On Friday, March 17th, Stewartville and Winona in Rochester in 1-3A. Mankato East and Worthington at the Lund Center in Gustavus Adolphus Land in Section 2-3A. Crowd on its feet here at Hastings High School. One last chance. As it's taken, Miskin inbound. Janicki bothered across the timeline. Cobb, as no charge is called there. It's taken away back the other way by Colin. Colin, whistle will blow, and we have a foul that's there as that'll send Eastridge to the line on the 1-and-1. Foul will go against Sawyer Collins. That'll send the Raptors to the line for the rest of the way for the 1-and-1. Nelson to the bench, Setterlin back in for White Bear Lake. 49-44, Bears in front, 2:07 left to go. Anything can happen in boys high school basketball. Mattis on the front end of the 1-and-1. The first shot is no good. A rebound taken here by Hawks. Whistle will blow. Foul is called. That's the last foul to give for the Raptors. So now Hawks to the other side of the court in the first end of a Bears 1-and-1. So Grant Miley picks up the foul, his second, team 7th. And it'll be Wyatt Hawks at the line for a 1-and-1. Bears by 5 at 49-44, 2:05 left to go. This game far from over. Hawks the first end of a 1-and-1. As he gets it to go. Held right on the rim for just a little bit, but he's able to get that to go and connect. One more chance for Hawks. 50-44, Bears in front. The chance to return to the state tournament for the first time in a long time. 7-point lead. Whistle will blow. Foul is called. Miskin will pick it up. That'll be the 8th now on White Bear Lake. And we'll have another chance at a 1-1 for Eastridge. That's the 8th foul now. And the chant from White Bear Lake, why so quiet? A chant we've seen many, many times backfire. We'll see if it does again for White Bear Lake here. It's a 1-1 yet. Alex Mattis to take it. On the first shot, no, and Hawks the rebound again. Whistle blows, fouls called. Alex Mattis, the leading scorer for Eastridge, 2 chances from the free throw line on a 1-1, missed the front end of both. As Hawks back to the line, Bears up by 7, 2:02 left to go. Charlie Theis back into the game for Eastridge. Grant Miley to the bench as Miley picked up his 3rd. 8 fouls apiece. Wide Hawks first half of a 1-1 from the line. That time it's no good. Battle for it in the corner. Goes back there, wrestled away, losing it there. Whistle blows, possession, White Bear Lake. Alex Mattis came down with the rebound, spinning near the sideline. I thought we might get a foul call there, but no such luck for Eastridge. As Setterlin set to inbound for White Bear Lake. Minute 58 left to go. All the way back out. Janicki saves it near the timeline. Goes back here once again, Cobb. Cobb tries to dish it back out, goes for Miskin. Janicki back at center court, defended here by Wellman. Janicki, near side, Cobb with space. Hawks under the hoop, whistle, no foul. And Hawks picks up his own rebound. The foul is called there as he'll head to the line. Odd series of play there. But Hawks headed to the line nonetheless. As this time with the shooting foul, he'll have 2 shots at it. Cedric Tomes picks up the foul, his 2nd. Team 9th for Eastridge. Wyatt Hawks at the line for 2 shots, averages 14.8. A fantastic performance tonight for Hawks and Janicki. We talked at the halftime as Hawks misses the first one. Mattis back into the game. Talked about how Hawks and Janicki would have to have better second halves. Both have. And as a result, a minute 40 away from sending White Bear Lake to the state tournament in boys basketball. One more shot for Hawks. The noise deafening here in Hastings. The shot is good. The lead for White Bear Lake is 8. Timeout on the court with a minute 40 to go. White Bear Lake 52, Eastridge 44. A absolutely bonkers back and forth game here at Hastings High School with White Bear Lake a minute and 40 away, just 100 seconds from advancing to the state tournament. Raptors on 9 team fouls, Bears on 8. And what a finish we have in store for us. And away we go. 2 timeouts left each side. Certainly plenty of time with which to use them yet. But lots left to be determined. The final in the 4-3A championship, Totino Gray 77, Montemita 46. As the Eagles return to the state tournament Spring Grove, the other one so far, to wrap up a state tournament bid. The noise deafening in Hastings. Thomas in the inbound. Goes back here once more, Wellman. Raptors across the timeline. They'll look to go for it here, Theis. On the runner, Wellman goes to the corner. Looking here once more, Mattis. All the way back out. Tomes takes one more step. Goes here to the near side. Able to connect here, Byrne. Deep three-pointer. No. Rebound high in the air taken by Wellman for the Raptors. To the near side. Mattis, the three. Can't get that one to go as it hits off of Setterlund. Possession stays here for Eastridge. Cedric Tomes inbound for the Eastridge Raptors. As there's just 1:12 left. Raptors need points. They need to start taking shots here under the basket. That's exactly what they need. Byrne is getting the shot to go. The lead is 6. Timeout Raptors, as we'll take it with 1:06 left to go in regulation time. It's been a great section final here between the number 6 ranked Eastridge Raptors and the number 12 White Bear Lake Bears. Once more from Hastings High School. Alex Westhill with you here. David Schuyler on camera, and we'll have the responsibility of piecing this one together at the conclusion of this contest. Once more, the announcement. The parking lots are quite compact and quite icy outside. But for the victorious Bears, if that is how it is to be, I think they'll be quite happy with that drive home. Possession for White Bear Lake. They have to work out of their backcourt. Setterlund to do it. Looking for it here. Setterlund on the deck for Cobb. Cobb tries to escape the foul this time. He comes back here to the near side, Misgan. We've hit 1 minute to go in regulation. Bears up by 6 at 52-46. Cobb. Raptors got a foul. There is the foul, as that'll put White Bear Lake into the double bonus. That's their 10th. As a foul picked up here. It'll be Parker Wellman to pick it up, his second, team 10th. So now 2 shots upcoming at the free throw line for Jeremy Cobb. Cobb on the season for White Bear Lake, averaging 6.6 points per game. Another instrumental player of many here tonight for White Bear Lake. First shot for Cobb. No good. Wholesale substitutions in for Eastridge. Tomes, Mattis, and Theis return for the Raptors. One more chance at the free throw line. It'll be Jeremy Cobb to try to extend the lead back to 7. Raptors 1 timeout, Bears with 2. The shot from Cobb is good. The lead back to 7 at 53-46. Wellman for Theis. Back to Wellman in the corner. Goes back for Tomes. Tomes the three-pointer. Off the back glass and in on the rebound. Charlie Byrne able to get to it there. And the lead back now to 5. Setterlund looking for the pass as the whistle will blow. A foul is called. As a foul is called here, it'll send the Bears back to the free throw line on the other side. And free throws once again, the name of the game. Thomas picks up the foul, and it'll be his 3rd. And Janicki to shoot 2. 34.9 left to go. Eastridge crowd starting to file out, but again, there's a lot of contest still left here. First shot from Janicki is no good, and the lead remains at 5. Just a 2-possession game. Anything can happen. Janicki. One more shot from the line. That time it's good. The lead is 6. It's 54-48. Tomes across the timeline. Got to shoot quickly here. Looking for it, Mattis. Mattis a deep three-pointer. No sorry there. And the rebound again taken by Charlie Byrne, who puts it off the glass and in to make it 54-50. The final timeout taken by Eastridge with 24.2 seconds left to go in regulation time. So here we go. Once again, looking for time, looking for space. Eastridge has a chip, a chair, and a chance. And as we see so frequently here in the Minnesota State High School League, free throw shooting matters. As right now, White Bear Lake giving Eastridge every chance to climb back into this contest. It's a 4-point game with 24.2 seconds left to go. Of course, boys basketball wraps up the winter sports sectional season, which means we'll have basketball concluding, which turns and gives way to lacrosse, softball, and baseball coming up in just the distant future. Of course, you can tune into all social media channels, and you can follow us on social media, facebook.com/SCCTV. You can do twitter.com as well, SCCTV and SCCTV Sports, and Instagram and Snapchat as well to get score updates from across White Bear Lake, Mahtomedi, and Tartan. Setterlin to inbound for White Bear Lake. Bears by 4, 54-50, 24.2 left to go. Setterlin to inbound. Miskin with it. Where's the foul? There's the foul as Peter Colin will pick it up. And now Miskin headed to the line once again. And when you're up by 4, you don't want to say it's a must-make free throw chance here, but Miskin needs both of these shots for White Bear Lake. Two-possession game. 54-50, 21.7, so not a lot of time used by any means either. Raptors out of timeouts, Bears yet with 2. Miskin for the first shot. Hits it there. 5-point lead for the Bears. Substitution, Cedric Tomes back in. Alex Mattis back in for the Raptors. Grant Miley will head to the bench. Miskin for one more chance. Students starting to pull the phone lights out already. Still a little too early for my liking. Miskin from the line. Off the near side, the rebound taken to and falling over there as he taken back into the front court here now Mattis. Mattis, the runner on Janicki, and one! Mattis with a chance to pull the Raptors within 2. The foul goes against Janicki. It's his first, team 9th. You have to make your free throws if you want to put a team away. Mattis pulls the Raptors within 2. Peter Cullen back into the game. Setterlin set to inbound. 14.7 left to go. Bears by 2, 55-53. Setterlin to inbound. Looking to try to go with it here. Whistle will blow. Timeout is called. Bears led by as many as 8. They now lead by just 2 with 14.7 seconds left to go. Ten section finals tonight. 18 section finals tomorrow. Other teams that have punched their tickets to the state tournament in 3-4A Eastview, 63-36 over Egan. Hermantown, 70-59 over Denfield. De La Salle 65-46 over St. Thomas Academy as the Islanders continue to prove their strength of success. Orono currently leading Benilde St. Margaret by 2, 34-32 in 6-3A. But all eyes right now on Hastings as the Bears lead has evaporated. It's now a 2-point game, 55-53 with 14.7 left to go. One timeout left for the Bears, none for the Raptors. Janicki, whistle will blow, foul is called, as Wellman will take it. And Janicki again. Janicki will head to the line for a chance to make it a two-possession game. If Mizgin's trip to the free throw line was a must-hit, this certainly a must-hit for Janicki. Not just one, but you need both here. Janicki misses the first. Substitutions. Mattis back into the game. One more trip to the line for Jack Janicki. It's no good to the near side. Taken there by Hawks. Whistle blows. Foul's called. Hawks headed to the line. He'll shoot another two. Bears with a timeout. Raptors with none. Hawks, the first shot is good. The lead back to 3. Chance now for Hawks to make it a two-possession game. 12.1 left to go. Hawks at the line, hits it. 4-point lead for the Bears, 57-53. Mattis across the timeline in the front court looking for the three. Goes back to the far side. Thies need to shoot, puts it up. Wellman, no. Rebound near side, up and in, but the horn will sound, and the Bears return to state. They won't keep him off the court tonight in Hastings. The Bears return to Minnesota basketball's peak tournament. A massive upset for White Bear Lake over Eastridge in the Section 4 4A final. Eastridge had won 9 of the last 10. The Raptors had ended White Bear Lake's season each of the last 2 years. Vengeance, revenge, and sweet, sweet victory for the orange and black. The Raptors did not go quietly into the night. They made it a great contest to conclude it here at the end. And certainly tense moments on the far side for White Bear Lake as the free throws played a huge factor. But White Bear Lake victorious tonight by a final score of 57-55. A great contest here tonight as the Bears advance once more to the state tournament next week. For David Schuyler, I'm Alex Westad. This is your home for White Bear Lake boys basketball.